Hey guys, Alpha here. With the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield recently, there have been spread of many rumors and speculation. Considering much isn't yet known about the European-based region, I was wanting to share with you guys some ideas I had about the upcoming games. Today I will talk about things that I could see coming in the games that I know will give it an interesting twist on the pre-existing Pokemon mechanics, and definitely give them some replayability. Something I do want to say is that these suggestions aren't in any particular order. If you guys do happen to like this video or have any ideas, please drop a like on the video and comment down below. It shows me that you guys all enjoy this kind of content. Now, without any further ado, let's get right into the video. One thing I would like to see in Pokemon Sword and Shield is a new battle mechanic, and this battle mechanic is an interesting one that I found through the YouTuber Birdkeeper Toby. The idea is something I've summarized as the mech versus morale idea. Sword and Shield would have two major mechanics. One being the ability to add a form of armor or protection to your Pokemon to either boost their defenses or raise their offenses, allowing them to do exceptionally well in battle. On the other hand, there would also be a morale form of being able to boost your Pokemon stats. In the trailer, we see a male protagonist walking to a giant gym, which we can assume are gyms for the Elite Four. England is known for the creation of multiple sports, such as soccer and rugby, and typically we tend to chant on and root for certain teams or players. The morale side of the mech versus morale idea suggests that the lack of armor would allow your Pokemon to receive occasional stat boosts, healing from the crowd, or a raised critical hit ratio. In the Galar region, anyone watching Pokemon battles would be able to chant for certain Pokemon trainers that don't wear armor. This would add many twists to the competitive side of Pokemon, as there would be the thought of, should I use armor for guaranteed stat boosting, or should I not use any for the payout of random healing or other traits? I would always be excited to see how these battles turn out if these mechanics were added. Another thing I would like to see return in Pokemon Sword and Shield is SOS chaining for shiny Pokemon, or a new, cool shiny hunting method. I love shiny hunting, and I know a lot of other people do too. SOS was an amazing mechanic that many people loved when it was introduced in Sun and Moon. In case you don't know what SOS hunting is, here's the rundown. In Pokemarts, you can buy an item called the Adrenaline Orb. This item would allow you to raise the likelihood of Pokemon being scared and wanting to call for another Pokemon. After a certain amount of encounters, you have a much higher chance of finding a shiny Pokemon in that Pokemon train. Many people loved it, as it wasn't only good for finding fast shiny Pokemon, but it was even better for finding Pokemon with good IVs, which is a key aspect in competitive breeding. The return of shiny hunting methods would allow many people to breed competitive Pokemon or have awesome shinies. But who knows what the Galar region holds for us? Maybe there's an even cooler shiny hunting method waiting right around the corner this November. An important part of Pokemon is the ability to catch them. How else would you be able to catch them all if you couldn't catch them all? In the upcoming games, I hope to see a new Pokeball. When Sun and Moon introduced the Beast Ball, I was so hyped. Just look at this Pokeball. It looks so sick. So something I hope to see continue in the Pokemon games, and eventually others, is a new Pokeball that would be distinct to this region. Maybe there could be some kind of a morale ball that could increase the odds of Pokemon getting more morales in battle, like I was talking about earlier. Although I would be kind of sad if they didn't add a new Pokeball that was exclusive to the region, I still don't think it would take away from the game. In Pokemon, there are 18 types and hundreds of unique type combinations, but about 20 combinations or so aren't even used yet, like a Ghost Normal type Pokemon. Some Pokemon types are also very rare, like a Grass or Rock type Pokemon, which is exclusive to Greydilly and Lileep. I would be so excited to see some new and improved type combinations in Pokemon Sword and Shield. There's so much Pokemon fan art for types that don't yet exist, and Game Freak should take some inspiration from them, as they can look amazing sometimes. I would like to see Grookey evolve into a Grass Rock Drummer Pokemon. I do want to make a quick disclaimer though that I do not own any of the fan art that's being shown on screen right now, so please go follow some of the artists and the link in the description below. Just imagine how cool the region would be with some new and improved Pokemon type combinations. I think I can speak for the entire Pokemon community when I say we need an open world Pokemon game. Everyone knows the Switch can handle it, as Breath of the Wild does exist. I understand why Game Freak doesn't necessarily want to do this, as it could conflict with the storyline depending on where you go. Regardless, though, everyone still wants to see a whole new side of Pokemon, where we're just given a region and told to explore it. Find out all the mysteries of the Galar region on your own. Alola had the chance to be this region, but the story had become too linear throughout the game. Maybe this will never truly happen, but I can tell you the second Pokemon makes an open world region.
I'll take your entire stock!
I think this goes without saying, but I think we need more Pokemon side quests and post-game content in the games. After you beat Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we got to fight Team Rainbow Rocket and explore throughout the Ultra Wormhole. And in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, we're given the Master Trainer Challenge to become the best trainer by beating each Pokemon-specific trainer. Pokemon Sword and Shield are yet to have shown any post-game content as of recording this video, but that doesn't mean we can't have any suggested ideas here. When we beat Pokemon Sword and Shield, I think it'd be really cool if we could retake on the Gym Trainer Challenge, but have Pokemon be scaled to higher levels to fit your team, and maybe the gym leaders could have a higher AI to add more challenge to the game. This game would also have to give some form of a reward for completing the regional decks beyond the Shiny Charm. Maybe they can give the player a post-game quest to explore another special area in the region where we can encounter the Ultra Beasts, or legendaries from previous Pokemon games, or even encounter another legendary Pokemon specific to this region, or another pseudo-legendary. Regardless of what Game Freak does though, I have high hopes for the post-game story, and really trust that they make it enjoyable. This next mechanic has only been seen in 4 main series Pokemon games, and it's a mechanic fans beg to have return. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, I want the return of Pokemon following you in the overworld. When I was first playing Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver as a kid, I was so excited to see Pokemon follow you around the overworld, and when this mechanic turned in Let's Go, it gave me such feelings of nostalgia. This mechanic is something that we have begged for time and time again. I want this mechanic to return in Sword and Shield so badly, and if I'm being perfectly honest though, it doesn't look like it's returning. As you can see in multiple clips of the trailer, the protagonist is walking around and standing all alone. Maybe this will not return in Pokemon games for a long time, but the least we can do is dream on. Another thing I really want to see return in Pokemon Sword and Shield are Mega Pokemon Evolutions, but more specifically, I want new Mega Evolutions. Mega Evolutions in Pokemon completely flipped the metagame, and there are so many Pokemon that are yet to receive Mega Evolutions. Everyone wanted Flygon to receive a Mega Evolution in the remakes of ORAS, but that never happened. Maybe Game Freak can finally give Pokemon like Flygon the glory they truly need in the metagame. This last mechanic is probably more important than everything I have said on this list combined. It took away story from the Pokemon universe and made the newer games seem so bland since this has been removed. And this thing is event Pokemon or mythical Pokemon having a story. In Pokemon Gold and Silver, you had Celebi as a limited time event, and you were able to explore Johto on the search for Celebi, who you eventually found in the forest. The same follows for multiple mythical Pokemon throughout the regions on the Nintendo DS. But recently, with Pokemon games, we've had to go to a GameStop and buy a code to get these beloved mythical Pokemon, and this took away a lot of the story that went with that Pokemon, and made them seem less important. So I believe there should be a timed event in Pokemon from the time the game is released to a certain date, in which the players can receive a mythical Pokemon that everyone would love to have. This may not return either, because companies are always trying to make money. But the return of this mechanic will make so many people happy. And there you have it, my hopes and expectations for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. If you guys happen to enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like on it. Do you guys think I missed anything important? Please comment down below what you guys want to see in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.